Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Season 5, which of course is coming out in just over a week into this game, which is going to be extremely hyped. Every season has gotten more and more hyped. The hype for Season 4, which came out around May 1st, was absolutely insane, and Season 5 is going to be even bigger than that, of course, because of the rapid growth and explosion of Fortnite around the world. One of the most popular video games right now, of course. If you guys could drop a like on this video, let's go for 705 likes. That'd be amazing. Also, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I would appreciate that. You guys have been supporting like crazy, smacking the like button and subscribing, so I really would appreciate that. And also let me know in the comment section down below, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hyped are you about the Season 5, basically what it's going to be. So I'm going to be talking about that in today's video. Now, if you guys don't know, the rocket launch was absolutely huge, which was a couple days ago, and that basically gave some hints, as well as people are data mining the files and actually finding coding and files that are in the game right now that are set to come out, because of course they can't hide it forever. This is coming out in just over a week. Epic Games is starting to move stuff into the files for what's going to be happening in this Season 5, so that's what we're going to be talking about. Let's get right into it. Now, with the rocket launch and basically everything to do with that, you guys will now notice in the game the rocket did go through different dimensions, go on its path, and now there is a huge crack in the sky, which is constantly getting bigger. The crack is getting bigger and bigger the longer or the farther away or the closer it gets towards the season. So by the time this, of course, I'm making this video on July 3rd, early on July 3rd, by the time July 12th rolls around, something's going to be happening with that crack, and there's going to be, of course, a big reveal, much like this season is the rocket launch, last season was the meteor. Now, that is all fine and dandy, and of course cinematics and stuff, and the rocket launch was a crazy cool event, but the number one question everyone has is, what does this actually mean? And it's sort of been revealed what this means. Now, they did do a trailer for Playground, which essentially showed different locations being manually built in promo of the Playground mode, but it also includes a basically teaser or hints to what Season 5 is going to be. And the reason with that is because of the crack of the rocket launch and all of that, going through different dimensions. The season theme is looking to be time travel, and there are things in the files to support that, as well as the fact of this Playground trailer. Now, what this trailer showed, and I'll show pictures up on the screen right now, is, as you guys can see, they made a pyramid, which is, of course, they also made a llama sphinx, basically, those to go with the Egypt theme, basically. They made a Wild West, as well as a castle. Now, these are all at different historical points, and that goes along with the theme of time travel. Basically, the reason why time travel is such a genius theme for Season 5 is because you can do whatever you want, and it allows Epic to have freedom, whether they want to do skins from 100 years ago, 500 years ago, or they want to go 100 or 500 years in the future. When time travel is the theme, you really can't say, hey, this isn't historically correct, this isn't correct like that, or anything like that, because they can just say, go to the past for the history, or go to the future and create their own basically present or future by doing that. And I think this time travel event is going to be awesome. Now, that isn't just the only hint that we have. Basically, there is a bunch of other hints that go with the time warps and portals, which have been hopping up and appearing after the rocket launch, with Lonely Lodge, Tomato Town, as well as the motel on the north side. And people are saying that these are the areas that are going to sort of transform into these new locations. Data miners have uncovered new files that suggest the first location, which goes around with the hint from the Playground mode, is going to be the Wild West. Now, these images were discovered in the files, and I'll show them up on the screen for you guys. As you guys can see, these images definitely go towards that Wild West point of interest, and just backs up more info that that is going to be one part of the map, at least for this Season 5, which is really cool, because I think at this point in the maps and the game cycle, there's not too much areas they could do like to create more points of interest. I think it's more they're creating these new points of interest and replacing them over other areas that aren't as hyped up. Tomato Town, Lonely Lodge, and the motel. Of course, the three places where the portals all are. This all adds up, and this is awesome. So those are the ones that suggest that the files are going to be with the Wild West location, which I think is awesome. Of course, there's probably going to be skins to do with the Wild West, skins to do with Egypt, and other stuff like that. And I think that is awesome. As well, they have basically different things added into the files, including suburban, strip mall, stadiums, a bunch of different things that some of them we already do have. But in the files, there are suggestions that there's going to be a new strip mall area. And the question behind this strip mall is, I think this is going to be based in the past, sort of like I don't know, maybe somewhere between the 50s and 80s as a strip mall, which of course goes with the time travel as well. There are some images to back this up as well. You guys can see the outfits, which are all purple and look pretty cool, as well as a possible bookshop sign that has been found in the files below. And Epic Games is working extremely hard on this season 5, and I do really, honestly, I'm absolutely hyped with this idea of time travel, because you can't really, if you hate one aspect of it, they're going to go to a different time for another aspect. So I think they're going to have something in here that everyone should enjoy. And of course, that's new stuff that we could find in the actual, the files to back it up, as well as the teaser trailer, where it looks like the Wild West point of interest was a suggestion made by the community. And of course, I've talked about this before, Epic Games follows Reddit, they follow YouTubers, they follow Twitter, and they look at ideas and they try to make those ideas into a reality, much with like they've done with the Meteor, like they've done with different playground mode, like they've done with a bunch of different things. I think even the refund thing and the gifting system, these are all based off a mixture of them coming up with the ideas, but also the community. And that's what makes them one of the best companies, is because of that. So those are all the things to back up the time travel location. And of course, the theory basically is the rocket launch, these different dimensions, the time travel thing, this is all the release and the hype. And that's what Fortnite is so good at. They don't just say season 5, here it is. They sort of bait you in, hype you up, and get the ball rolling, of course, for weeks or maybe even months up until, and then the actual release, July 12th, is going to be crazy. We will find out what they change. But also, when it comes out in season 5, it's looking like time travel or something to do with different dimensions is the pretty much almost confirmed theme. But with that, they can do so many different things and twist it so many different ways. So it kind of is hard to assume what the Battle Pass skins are going to be. In my personal opinion, I think it's probably going to be a mixture of different things to do with the Battle Pass, as well as the skins throughout the season, like we saw with this season. Of course, the big thing was the rocket, superhero villains this season, but we also saw detectives, we saw criminals, we saw the nuclear power plant, like diffuser workers, whatever you want to call them. We saw the soccer skins, or football, whatever you want to call it. We saw a bunch of different skins come in. So just because a season is limited to something, and especially this one being such a loose idea, it doesn't mean that that is only the one thing they can do. They can do so much with this. Of course, it looks like a lot of these areas are going to be going towards the past, but with time travel, with different dimensions, the future is also open there. So that is super duper awesome, and I am very excited. Now, people are saying that they are all hyped for this idea as well. I definitely am. Now, the thing is, Wild West, Egypt, Strip Mall, these are all different points of interest that we're probably getting, but what are some other ones that we could see? And now I want you guys to go in the comment section down below, and I want to hear your guys' opinions on different maybe historical things. Like we saw, there might be a castle or something to do with that, with the ancient castle, like there was in the playground mode. There's just so many things that they could do here, and I really would, personally, I'd love to see more things to do with like the sort of modern past, if that's even a word, like things from the 30s, 40s, and then like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I really feel like it seems like such a fun era. Of course, I wasn't alive back then or anything like that, but just from what I've seen, and of course, like the outfits and the fashion back then was really cool. They could make so many different crazy skins, much like Funk Ops, and stuff like that, to do with this strip mall and to do with these different locations. I think it's going to be absolutely insane. I think the hype for season 5 is going to continue to grow. This is pretty much all the information we have as of right now, but of course, more and more stuff is going to come out as the sky continues to crack and open up with a different dimension, and the portals continue to move around the motel. Tomato Town just popped up, Lonely Lodge, they're still popping up, and I think this is really awesome, as well as the possibility that with the original rocket launch, it went over Tilted Towers, and went over Loot Lake, and it also hit sort of over the Moisty Mire area of the map. So I think there's possibility those locations could be touched as well. Tilted Towers probably just going to continue the renovation. Loot Lake, I believe, will begin updates later in season 5, and Moisty Mire is one that we could still look up as changes to happen to there, because the original leak, which was confirmed correct from an Epic employee, said that Moisty Mire changes would be happening towards the end of Season 4, so it's going to be exciting to see that. Anyway, guys, I thought I'd update you guys on this time travel and this basically different dimension theme. I think it's absolutely awesome. Drop a like on this thing, subscribe if you guys are new, and have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.